So SDG 10 targets that by 2030, a number of 7 targets will be achieved. The first one is the achievement and achieving and sustaining income growth of the bottom 40% that are of the population around the world. The second target is to empower and promote social, economic, and political inclusion. The third target is to eliminate discrimination. The fourth one is to adopt policies that lead to greater equality. The fifth one is regulation of global financial markets. The sixth one is enhanced representation and voice in decision making. And the seventh one is safe migration and mobility of people. So when we talk about these targets, how do we ensure that we achieve equality, yet these inequalities that are present, they seem like mountains? We will achieve this equality if political, social, and economic policies are made to be universal, and we also pay attention to the needs of the disadvantaged and the marginalized communities. And that is where Elimisha Empowerment comes in. So as organizations working with communities, we fail. We fail in terms of as we propagate inequalities. Why? Because most of the organizations, when they go to communities, they focus on the outside-in model. By this I mean we focus on the donors so much, and we have that mentality, especially in Africa and developing communities. We have that mentality that these are poor people. The outside world sees us like that, and also us here, we see ourselves like that. We're poor, we're vulnerable, we don't have anything to offer. And this is actually a shortcoming, because now we focus on the outside world and what they can do for us, and not the inside world and what we can do for ourselves. Let's take an example of working in a community whereby that community has indigenous knowledge, it has people who can offer labor, it has land that can be used for different purposes. But for a development expert, they'd rather go to the donors and ask for help from the donors, and they always neglect and sideline the people in the community. And this is a challenge when using this model. But if the two models are used together, we can fight inequalities in communities. Our vision is to reduce inequalities in the communities by adopting technology so as to bring about self-sustainability. I know you must be wondering, why technology? The technological divide is one of the leading causes of social, economic, cultural, ecological, political, and legal inequalities in Kenya today. As you can agree with me, during this time of COVID-19, technology has come to be very useful. Like right now, we are having a class via technology. But think about this: there are other individuals who are unable to have access to technology. And these individuals, they might be from low-income communities. In the low-income communities, you find that people are living below $2 a day. They lack skills and literacy in technological know-how. And therefore, their access is limited, and most do not have access to the internet. However, as Elimisha Empowerment, when we give this knowledge and skills to communities, they are able to get the access, they are able to get the skills and the literacy to be able to use technology wherever they are.
We have what we call a Tajiri Hub, and the Tajiri Hub is like the house of what was Elimisha. So under Tajiri Hub, it is a form of innovation. Basically, this is a CBO that basically deals with technology. We are using technology so that we can bring about change in the slum areas.
At Elimisha, we usually focus on technology for change. When we did our study, we found out that 50% of the population there they have no knowledge about computers, and they've never heard about social media. 35% they have a background of computers and can use social media, but they do not know how to monetize this knowledge. Then 15% they can use social media, but they have no computer background. Having this in mind, we came to a conclusion that we need to have something to do with technology so that it can bring about change in the community. We've used a lot of computer teaching many of the community members about computers and equipping them with skills and knowledge so that they can use and address their own problems that are within the community. So we've introduced the internet opportunity to these community members, and they are able to use the internet so that they can bring about change within the community. As you've noticed, most of the organizations or NGOs around, they deal with the issues within the community, and not one of them is dealing about how are we going to improve the economic perspective of the community members. So as Elimisha team, we came up with this project so that we can address this niche that has been left out by most of the NGOs and address the issues that are related with the slum community within Nyamaroto and within. This project is going to be replicated to 10 other slum communities within Nakuru. So that is one way that we've been able to use technology to bring about change. So that we'll be able to see the increase in sales or what is the outcome in the platform that we are in as the initial members.